Hello. JourneyPal is a mobile app I've developed over the last 2 years while I've been traveling. It's designed to help me discover new things, record my travels, and help me share some of those things that I've found. It's available on iOS and Android, and I'm making this video series about its development, the problems I face, and the work required. Hopefully, in doing so, it will help advertise JourneyPal without bankrupting me. So please subscribe and join me on this journey where I try to build and share an app that helps people discover the world by proximity instead of keyword. I see a lot of influencers talk about making a business and give lots of generic advice, but I never see the real development or marketing of a real product. I think many of these influencers could just be lying and their business is selling generic advice and getting views. I came up with the idea for JourneyPal when I first went to South Korea. I don't speak Korean, and as I'd walk around the city I found a lot of impressive temples, statues, and buildings. I wanted to know more about them, but there was no information in English, and I didn't know what to Google. The original idea for JourneyPal was to find Wikipedia pages by location, and then add functionality so a user can listen to them over text-to-speech. I did this, and as I continued to travel around the world, I was impressed by the sheer volume of information available. I remember visiting the Skull Tower in Niš, Serbia. It's one of the more popular tourist attractions in Serbia, and attracts over 100,000 visitors annually. However, it doesn't have any information about its historic importance, especially not in English. There are a few negative reviews about this online, and I know JourneyPal solves this issue, since I used it myself. I listened to a text-to-speech summary about the Skull Tower that explained where the skulls came from and the history behind it, all while walking around the tower. A feature I added, specifically for situations like this, was the ability to generate QR codes that link directly to information about the location, as well as support for 9 different languages. But unfortunately, the Skull Tower was managed by the government, and they didn't reply to my emails. Later, when I visited South Africa, a country my father had once lived in, my sister and I drove to a place our dad used to live. This too inspired me to add functionality. We don't just care about the places around us, we care about the people around us too. And learning about where my dad had been, someone who had travelled a lot before I was born, was something I cared about. So I added the ability to build profiles, so users can record and share the places they visited. The way it's structured now is that you would have to be in close proximity to a location in order to record a visit. This means it becomes an authentic record of places you've been. I still need to do more work in this space, and I think I'll continue to add some features there that help display existing data. Maybe something like a map, where you can see and visualize your journey and the places you've recorded. But I haven't properly looked into it yet. But as you can already see, it helps show which countries you've visited, the administrative areas, and the localities you've recorded locations in, as well as a rough underestimate for how far you've travelled. I've built a lot of other functionality. I'm not sure that I want to list it all in this video, but there's also a lot of room for improvement, both in terms of features, UI design, and how I bring JourneyPal to a wider audience. The plan, at the time of finishing this first video, is to make the next 2 videos about my marketing strategy and some of the new features I've built. I'll talk about how and why I'm changing the JourneyPal website, the App Store listings, and some in-app changes. I feel there's so much I could talk about, but I'm a software engineer by profession, so learning how to make videos is a very time-consuming process for me at the moment, and it's hard to know what to prioritize.